Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Halal Times YouTube channel. Today I'm excited to bring to you another episode from the Halal Times. And the topic which we're going to discuss today is basically related to the halal tourism industry in the world. You know, sand, sun, and sea are the first things that come to mind when thinking about tourist attractions. As a result of these coalitions, the global tourism business is expanding at a phenomenal pace, and halal tourism is one of the fastest growing segments of the tourism industry. Of course, there is no question about that. Businesses catering to Muslim tourists design their service offerings to fit the religion's moral guidelines, which are called, of course, as you all know, tenets of halal or tenets of Sharia. So that's why the tourism business should be, all types of tourism businesses, companies should be very interested in attracting Muslim visitors. Why? Because there's a large number of Muslims who have started traveling these days. For that travel is for either for business purposes or for leisure purposes. Means there could be variety of travel related reasons, but the most important thing is that the Muslims, they're getting more purchasing power and they would like to explore the world in one way or the other. So that's why they have started traveling much more than the previous generations used to do so. And so that's why the tourism business, if you are serious about attracting these Muslim visitors as guests to your property or whatever, in whatever capacity you are operating as a halal tourism operator, you got to understand what kind of attractions they need to have, how to market to these people, and what are the factors important for understanding the halal tourism marketing. So, in the travel industry, there is an alternative form of tourism called halal tourism, which is tailored to Islamic requirements. Hotels related to halal tourism don't sell alcohol, and of course, there is no doubt about it, and often have gender separate facilities like separate swimming pools rather, and spas. You, as a halal tourism operator, are in a unique position to grow your tourism business by applying some unique marketing strategies and understanding what the factors are behind the growth of the Muslim tourism all over the world and what they are actually looking for. So, how to attract Muslim tourists? Before we go a bit deeper about this issue, you got to understand that Thailand, the United Kingdom, Singapore, France, the US, Canada, Australia, and so many other countries, they are just a few examples of nations that didn't traditionally have a large Muslim population. They jumped into the halal tourism market and started providing substantial halal friendly tourism products and services. They've been successful in attracting a large number of Muslim tourists from all parts of the world. So, based on the extensive research conducted by the Halal Times staff, we have come up with the following factors you need to understand to actually start attracting Muslim tourists from different countries. So, what are the success factors in Muslim tourism? The very first one which comes to my mind is product evolution. The process of making innovative Islamic travel goods and services that provides visitors with enhanced experiences. That is maybe the most important. In simple words, what I would like to say is that basically how can be innovative in offering good travel related goods and services to your Muslim visitors, that will be the key to success in your halal tourism business initiative. The second thing, which is of course equally important, is branding. The process of giving a specific identity and brand to halal tourism products and services or locations such as Muslim friendly city or a beach with separate areas for men and women in the minds of tourists. This is very important. Branding's end goal is to build a sizable and distinct identity in the marketplace that can draw in new customers and keep the old ones coming back again and again and again. Another important factor which you got to keep in mind while devising marketing strategies for attracting halal tourists, Muslim tourists, is basically pricing. To determine the best price option for a good or service, marketers take into account a wide range of factors such as overall marketing goals, customer needs, product features, rivals practicing pricing strategies, market and economic trends, and of course, so many whole host of other factors. They are important in that. Another thing which I would like to mention is basically positioning. A key component of Islamic tourism marketing is positioning, the process of elevating a destination's profile in the minds of potential visitors by differentiating it from similar offerings elsewhere. This is the thing which many of you may want to adopt if you are serious in getting attention from potential and existing Muslim tourists. The next factor, basically the fifth factor which comes to mind, is basically marketing. Advertising and public relations aimed at boosting interest in halal travel and tourism destinations, attractions, and services is of paramount importance if you want to be successful in this business. So, now we would like to discuss a bit about the strategies which you can use to advertise your halal tourism business to your potential customers, whether they are currently visiting a country or they live in a country where Muslim Islam is not a majority religion, or the people who are planning to come visit those countries. These strategies will help them understand the halal business operators, understand how they could get into the halal market in Japan. The first strategy which I would like to mention is basically make real-time decisions. Keep your clients up to date on flight pricing, travel restrictions in various countries, and anything which is important from the perspective of your customers. You got to keep them informed. You got to give them the information they need at the right time. Moreover, connecting your halal travel display advertisements to a real-time data feed is also very important. And using real-time data, you may decide exactly what you want to show in your halal tourism ads. With this approach, your campaign may easily adjust to accommodate changing regulations or factories. And this is the internet age, and of course, showing pictures, showing beautiful images of the destination, of scenery and mountains and rivers and so many other attractions Allah has created for us all. A much better option for advertising your halal tourism business is to use video. Make video your number one marketing tool. As a result of lost time and money due to the coronavirus pandemic, halal tourism can no longer manage to merely go through the rituals. To make up for the delay, more initiative and resourcefulness are required. The use of video is one method of fostering more confidence and originality in oneself. If you want your advertisements to stand out from the pack, you need to start integrating video in your overall marketing mix. Otherwise, you won't succeed. When it comes to video advertisements, there is no one size fits all rule for what should be included. But research shows that you just have approximately 8 to 10 seconds to make an impression on a consumer before losing them permanently. Since you're already operating on borrowed time, your video ads will need to be quite engaging. Otherwise, there is no chance of getting you business from that kind of company. Marketers of halal travel to Muslim nowadays need to be flexible enough to respond to changing conditions while also keeping Muslim tourists up to date about anything, about any happenings, about any schedule change, or whatever the case may be. The methods discussed in this article are crucial to the achievement of your lofty goals about halal tourism, about attracting Muslim tourists in your vicinity or at your shop. If the halal tourism industry is serious about reaching out to Muslims online, now is the time to do so. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time you guys have taken to speak with me today. And inshallah, hopefully within a short period of time, we will try to come up with another episode from the Halal Times. So till then, just one request. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel so that we can bring you more and more news stories like this. Thank you again and salam alaikum.